Barrel awareness is one of the commonalities among great hitters. They know where this barrel is, but more specifically, they know where the sweet spot is. If we have great barrel awareness and we know where the sweet spot is, we have a recipe to be a great hitter. But a lot of players don't know where the sweet spot is, and a lot of players don't know how to train barrel awareness. Well, that's exactly what we're going to go over in today's lesson. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, guys, we got a lot of great content coming out this year, and if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's the only way you can get notified when we come out with new content. And make sure you hit that like button. That really helps us grow the channel. And if you guys have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. Leave them in the comment section below. So first of all, what is barrel awareness? Well, guys, it's exactly what it sounds like. We know the barrel of the bat is going to be, let's just say, the fat part of the bat. We have the handle, just the skinny part of the bat. The barrel is the fat part of the bat. We have to know where that is when we're hitting. It's something that we're not looking at. We're looking at the ball when we're hitting, so we have to be aware of where the barrel is. Now, most hitters that have been playing for any amount of time have a pretty good idea that they're going to hit this ball somewhere on the barrel. But like I said in the intro, it's very, very important that not only do we have great barrel awareness, we're much more specific. We need to be like snipers when it comes to where are we actually hitting the ball on the barrel, and that is the sweet spot. So not only do we want to have great barrel awareness, we want to have great sweet spot awareness. So firstly, we have to know where the sweet spot is. I ask this to almost every one of my students, whether they're online or in person. Where is the sweet spot? Now, I always like to hear where the student says the sweet spot is. So just before we go over this real quick, I want you guys at home to just go ahead and just say to yourself where you think the sweet spot is on the bat. Now you have your guess. You may be right, you may be wrong, but again, it's very important to understand this. The sweet spot of the bat, and I'm going to show you two ways how you can find this, is simply if you were to hang this bat straight up and down, you let gravity take the barrel, we're going to see wherever there's no vibration on the bat is going to be the sweet spot. So you can actually feel this if you grab the tip of the handle of the bat in your fingertips and you hit it up towards the handle, you're going to feel some vibration in your fingertips. If you hit it towards the end of the bat, you're going to feel that same vibration. But if you work your way up, there's going to be a spot on the barrel where you're not going to feel that vibration. The barrel's going to move, but I feel no vibration in my hand right here. So I know the sweet spot is somewhere right around this area. Now, for a lot of you players at home, a lot of you guys would tell me that you'd think this is too far up the bat. You would think the sweet spot's up here. Almost every single one of my students, especially my pro students, think the sweet spot is right here. Well, if we want to hit this ball with maximum exit velocity, we need the least amount of vibration when this bat hits the ball, and that's the sweet spot. So the second way we can kind of find this, which is just kind of a general rule of thumb, if we know from the secret swing plane video, we know that we want the mass of the bat to follow the hands. So when we're swinging, we want the hands are going out to the ball. The mass of the bat, which is the barrel of the bat, is going to follow with the hands, and then that's going to swing around and push your hands inside and counterbalance and do all the great stuff that it does so that we can hit the ball in the sweet spot. So let's get a little bit more specific today. Where's the mass of the bat? The mass of the bat, guys, is the balance point. So if you hold your finger, or you can use anything, you can use a stick or a board or something, wherever the balance point is on the bat. So it's probably a little bit further up there, somewhere right in there. Don't have to be too specific with this, but you can see I got some relatively good balance on this bat. Wherever the balance point is on the bat, so which is going to be right around in here, and the end of the bat, around the middle of these 2 points is going to be the sweet spot, which is right around where we had it when we were tapping the ball in the bat. So that's 2 ways we can figure out where the sweet spot is on your bat. Now, a great way to do the drill we're about to do is if you guys have some athletic tape, you can put some athletic tape about a ball's width around the sweet spot of the bat, wherever you find your sweet spot. And that way, when you're hitting balls, you can see if you're actually hitting the mark on the ball. So the drill, one of the greatest drills I've had all my students do to start building this barrel or sweet spot awareness is this drill where we actually make some conscious errors so that we can find the middle. And what that means is we're going to hit some balls purposefully off of the end of the bat. We're going to hit some balls purposefully off the handle of the bat, and then we're going to try to zero out and find the middle. So how this drill works is simply like we just said. I'm going to get A great way to start with this, guys, first and foremost, is to mark where you are in the box. And also, in case you knock over your tee, mark where your tee is. So I'm marking my back foot, and I'm also marking the tee. So this ball's right up against the base of the tee, in line with the tee. That way, if my tee moves or my foot moves, I know where I'm at. So I'm in the same position every time. Now, ideally, we're in the perfect tee setup, and we've got a down the middle pitch. Down the middle pitch is the best way to practice this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take some swings. They don't even have to be hard. I'd ideally like to be in a nice low stride position, and I'm going to purposefully try to hit some balls off the end of the bat. So I could tell that was off the end of the bat. You can see I'm not swinging real hard. I'm just trying to start building some barrel awareness. I'll show you one here from face on. Again, let me get my perfect tee set up, and I'm simply in my low stride position. Okay, and I hit both of those off the end of the bat. I felt a lot of vibration in my hands. Another good reason not to swing too hard at these. So once we hit some off of the end of the bat, what we'd like to do is, if you can, film, use your slow motion video on your smartphones, film it, and make sure that you're hitting these balls off of the end of the bat. And once you got a feel for hitting it off the end of the bat, well, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. This is where things can get a little bit confusing, because a lot of players, when they start trying to hit the ball, let's say below the sweet spot, they actually start hitting the sweet spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm really going to try to hit this ball as far towards my hands as I can. I'm literally trying to hit the ball right off the handle of the bat. So again, I'm in my same spot. We can tell my balls. It looks like my tee moved just a little bit. So I'm going to move that back to where it was. And I'm going to hit this ball as close to my hands as I possibly can in the low stride position. Okay, so I really got my hands out there. Now, I actually just made a little bit of a mistake. I actually manipulated my body a little bit here, where I actually leaned over. We don't want to lean over or manipulate our body. We want our hands just to go out by themselves. So let's do one more. I'm going to get in my low stride position. And again, I'm just going to let my hands go out. I'm going to really just try to hit this ball as close to the handle as I possibly can. So we can see there, that's off of the handle. Let me show you here for one from the face-on view. Again, I'm in my perfect tee setup, and I'm letting my hands go out to the ball. I'm hitting this as close to my hands as I possibly can. So now that we've got both ends of the spectrum, so here's what we got, guys. We're filming ourselves. We're hitting it off the end of the bat. We're filming ourselves. We're hitting it off the inside part of the bat, or as close to the handle as we can. Like, if you start trying to hit it off the handle and you're hitting off the sweet spot, try to find your way to the handle, because now, once you have an awareness of hitting it off the end and you know how to hit it off the handle, well, now we can start zeroing it out. Now, you guys, if you get to this point, you're going to start to see that it's going to get a lot easier to say, hey, I know where the middle of those two. I know where the middle of the two spots are. I know I'm hitting it off the end of the bat. I know I'm hitting it off the handle of the bat. Okay, so now we're going to try to find, and again, if you marked your sweet spot, you know where it's at. Now I'm going to try to find the sweet spot of the bat. So we're going to get in that low stride position. And there we go. I know exactly where the sweet spot of the bat is. This is a great drill to throw into the beginning of your practice sessions, all the time. So you can say, okay, there's the end, there's the handle, there's the sweet spot. It's not even something, once you've done this drill a few times and you spent some time on it, this is something you can go in and, you can do for the first couple minutes of your practice session. But it just goes a long ways, because when the ball starts moving and, you're hitting your front toss, batting practice and whatnot, and you really get a good idea for that, when you get into the game, you're going to have trained focus to hit the ball on the sweet spot of the bat. So here's the deal. If we have a trained focus of hitting the sweet spot of the bat, now our air is going to be so much better. So just real quick, if I think the sweet spot is here, which it's not, and I hit it perfectly the way that I'm trying to hit it, I'm not going to get an ideal hit. Now, if I miss it a little bit, I'm going to get an even terrible hit. Now, if I miss a little bit, I'm going to hit a little bit closer to the sweet spot, and I might get a great hit. But 2 out of the 3 misses are going to be really bad. If I'm hitting it off the handle or towards the handle side of the bat, now my miss here is going to be bad. My miss here is going to be even worse, and I might get a good one. So I've only got 2 or 3 of these spaces. But if my training is in the sweet spot of the bat and I'm on time, I'm going to kill it. If I'm a little bit early, I'm still going to kill it. And if I'm a little bit late, I'm still going to kill it. So now you've got 3 out of your 3 misses. If our timing is reasonably good, that we're going to hit the ball great every single time. So guys, that's how important barrel awareness is hitting's not about the perfect swing. We always want those. We're going to have them every now and then. But if our swings that aren't the greatest are still hitting it close to the sweet spot, we're going to just be a so much more dangerous, more powerful hitter. And the confidence that knowing where this thing is just going to, once you get it, guys, it just makes you like an assassin up at the plate. It's just so, so cool. So guys, get really good at this drill because it's extremely important and you're going to have a lot of fun. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you did, stay tuned. I got an even better bonus coming up for you. I'm going to play a preview of one of our all-access membership website videos that you can get instant access to by simply clicking on the iCard that pops up in the preview or in the link in the description below. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to now start showing how our weight shift is involved with the release of the bat. We just simply need to understand exactly where we want to be in our weight shift. So we're going to get a lot more specific. We're going to be talking about the timing of getting the back pocket in front of the tee at the same time we're hitting the ball. But the first thing we need to do, guys, is we need to rep this out and make sure that we can definitely get the weight transfer that we need. So we're going to put our arms across our chest. We're going to get at least 100 repetitions